we're going to do our homework discussion as always. So our homework last week was to watch any English movie or TV show. So based on what you watched, I want you to talk about what you watched and a new phrase you learned, and then your favorite part of the movie or the TV show that you watched. Okay? Oh, I see group 1 is joining as well. So, group 1, we're going to do our homework discussion. So if anyone wants to come up to the board and present what they watched for homework. Does either group 2 or group 1 want to come up to the board and present what they did for homework?
I love movie. All of you, get ready for the homework. My favorite book. Book name. Thoughts. The movie. The message of the movie. Forest Gump. Classic. Can shoot. Watch. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm Tanuja. My favorite sport is cricket. I play cricket every time with my friends. It is an adventure sport. Dasun is my favorite sport. Cricket is a popular hobby. I enjoy playing cricket. Thank you.
You.
My favorite sport is badminton. Sport. Indoors as well as outdoors. It is played, it's record and shuttlecock. It is I play badminton every day with my brother. It keeps my body healthy and fit. It also keeps badminton is my favorite sport since childhood, and I love this sport the most. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Veda. My favorite sport is cricket. It is very popular sport. Most people like it. 11 players play it. Sri Lankan cricket team is very talented. I like join it. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so if that's all we have for people who want to present, we'll move on. Okay, so we're gonna do telephone. I've already sent the sentence. Oh. Okay. So I already sent the sentences to the teachers group chat. So we're gonna play the secret game again, and this is just gonna be a warm-up for our class today. So
the secret game.
Okay, so I already sent the sentences in the group chat.
I
already sent. Okay, so for the teachers, I already sent the sentences for the secret game.
Yes. Manisha will be the start. Quick. Fast.
Yes. Very good job, guys. Yes, 104 was our first sentence. How about group one?
Second one.
Yes, it was 104. Good job. Good job, group one. Okay, you were so close. So close. The actual sentence. Actually, let's wait for group one to finish.
Take your bags.
I'm gonna wait for group one to finish, and then I'll tell you guys the answer for the second phrase. Yes, I rode. Very good. So for group one and group two, the second phrase was I rode a roller coaster. So both of you guys were so close. Yeah. Okay. So the third one, if you guys want to start now.
Okay. I don't. Yes, sorry. I went to the plaza. I wanted a pizza.
You guys got it right. Yes, I went to the plaza and I bought a pizza. Very good job, guys.
The last one is I went to the plaza and bought a pizza.
I'll let group 2 finish. Okay. All right, so we'll move on. Okay, so we'll move on to our second part of class. So Sonara, she taught the class last week, and so Sonara, she taught the class last week, so I'm sure she went over this already, but I'm gonna go over it again. So tips to improve your speaking, okay? Remember, it's very hard to speak English. It is very difficult for non-native speakers. So if you make mistakes, don't worry. But you do want to gain confidence. So what I wanted to add is just make sure that you are talking as much and as often as possible outside of this class. Okay? So even if you're not comfortable speaking, push yourself, go out of your comfort zone and try and speak as much as possible, because that will help you to gain confidence. Okay, and the other thing is to listen to as many English movies and videos as possible, because that will help you to understand not only listening, but also speaking, right? Because especially in listening, Americans tend to talk really fast and they always drop syllables while talking. So it's very difficult for non-English speakers to understand that. So listening to a lot of English movies and videos often will help you to get used to the way that Americans or even British English speakers speak, right? And also, if you do need more help and you're still having a hard time understanding the movie or the video, slow it down and repeat the sentences and the dialogue after they say it, right? So if somebody in the movie says, "What are you doing today?" Stop the video and then say, "What are you doing today?" Right? follow along with what the video is saying, right? It's a great way to practice your speaking. So another tip that you guys went over with Sonara last week was listen, speak, juggle. So one of the ways that you can really practice common phrases and things that we say often, right, is by listening to a common phrase like, do you know where the restaurant is? Or do you know where the bathroom is? And then dropping the end of it and changing it up, right? So, do you know where the restaurant is? Do you know where the library is? Do you know where the bathroom is? So this is a common phrase, right? Do you know where blah, blah, blah? And you basically what you're doing when you practice this method is getting yourself used to and giving yourself basically like a vocabulary bank, right, of things that you can just say on the spot because you practice it often. So especially if you're taking a test like the IELTS, right, it's hard sometimes, especially when you're speaking, to come up with words on the spot, right, especially English words. So practicing this way helps you, and the repetition helps you to have kind of a set of sentences that you already know, that you've already practiced, that you can just say on the spot. Okay? So we're going to start with, do you know where? Now, after I say this sentence, I want you guys to repeat it, and do not feel embarrassed at all if you mess up. But what I want you to focus on is trying to imitate the way that I talk, right? Because naturally, I don't talk this slowly. I talk very fast and I talk quickly and I drop syllables like all other native English speakers. So I'm going to say this sentence normally and I want you to try and follow along. So I'm going to say, do you know where the restaurant is? Okay, now group 1 and group 2, I want you to repeat after me, okay? Do you know where the restaurant is? Do you know where the restaurant is?
Have to say the same sentence. Right? It's where.
Do you know where the restaurant is?
And read. Yes.
How do you know?
Do you
Very good job.
do
Okay, now we're going to go to the next one. Do you know where the library is?
do you know
Do you know where the library is?
Say the same thing. Yeah, hello,
Do you know where the library is? Very good job. Okay, do you know where the bathroom is? Do you know where the bathroom is? Okay, good job. And do you know where the grocery store is?
Do you know whether
Do you know where the grocery store is?
grocery stores?
Yes, you can. Do you know the bus station? On. Again, Tamara.
Okay,
Good
job. Okay. Do you know where the cafe is?
Cafe. Say it loud, huh? You keep it in English.
Okay, group 1. Do you know where the cafe is? Good job. Okay, so before we move on to the next set of sentences, I want to point out something with these ones. When I speak naturally, I say, do you know where? Instead of saying, do you know where, my words kind of flow and connect together, right? So I drop this O right here and just say, do you, right? Really quickly. And that's something a lot of native English speakers do. It's very common. So when you're listening to native English speakers, and you're trying to understand them, one of the things that is very common is for us to drop this last vowel here and kind of connect these words. Okay, so do you know? Do you know where the restaurant is? So if anyone... Okay, so I want you guys to try and practice that, right? Practice connecting your words, because it's very common among native English speakers for them to connect their words. So, do you know? Instead of saying, do you know? Do you know? Does that make sense? So try and practice that. Do you know? Very quickly. Group 1 and Group 2, I would like to hear you guys.
Do you know where my phone is?
Very good job, Group 2. But I want you to practice connecting the words. Instead of saying, do you know where my phone is? Connect the words. Do you know where my phone is?
Do you know?
Go faster. Do you know?
Do you know where my pen is? Do
Where my pen
you
is?
know where my pen is? Do you know? Do you know?
Do you know where my
Okay.
pen is?
Okay, now we're going to move on to the second set of words. So here I have, hey, how are you? Hey, how are you?
How are you? How are you?
Hey, how are you?
How are you?
So again, let's look at this sentence now, right? You can kind of see, sorry, one second. You can kind of see, right, that when I say, hey, how are you? I connect these two words. How are you? Instead of saying, hey, how are you? I say, hey, how are you? So I kind of say it like this.
How are you?
How are you? Does that make sense? I'm connecting the words together, and a lot of English speakers do this. How are you? Try that. Hey, how are you?
Hey, how are you?
Okay, Group 1.
Again. How are you?
Good job, guys. Okay, now how about the next one?
Hello, how are you?
Okay, now the next one. Good job.
What's up? How are you?
Okay.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, what's up? So we're connecting these words, right? Hey, what? What's up? Like saying what's up, right? What's up?
Yes, what's up? What's up?
Hey, what's up? Good job. Okay, you see how you're not. Okay, so you see how you're not saying what's up? You're connecting the words. Instead of saying what's up, you're connecting them. What's up?
What's up?
Good job. Okay.
Hey, how are you? Hey, what's up?
Okay, good job, everybody. So I'll get a screenshot of this. Wait. Okay. All right. So let's go to the next one. Hey, I'm, and then say your name. Hey, I'm Seneca.
Fahan nang kian ko man kian. Hey, I'm Fahan. Again. Manisha.
Say your name.
Pachinta. Itu.
So say, hey, I'm your name. Now, this is another thing that's super good to practice because you say this so often in English when you're introducing yourself. Hi, or hey, I'm Seneca, or hi, I'm Sinara. Hi, I'm Daniru, or whatever you want to say.
I'm Victor.
Okay, next one. Hey, nice to meet you. Hey, nice to meet you.
Ada gimana? Hey, nice
Yes.
to meet you. Hidup.
Good.
Nice to meet you. Again. Good.
Oh, very good. Okay, now what if you can't make it? What if you can't make it?
What if you can't make it? Again.
What you can't?
अभी speaking का मतलब बच्चे ने कुछ कर लिया what if you can't make it? What if make it?
Does that make sense? So instead of saying, what if you can't make it? Connect the words. What if you can't make it?
What if you can't make it?
Good. Good job, everybody.
Make it.
Okay, now, oops, sorry. What if you're late? So
What if you are late?
what if you're late? You're connecting these words.
Again. Again. Do.
Okay, now let's do this one. What if what if I fail the test? What if I fail the test?
Again.
What if I fail the test? Again.
Good. What if I fail the test? Sorry, wait, I forgot to add this bit right here.
Ah. What if the teachers?
What if I fail the test? What if I fail? Okay, next one. What if the teacher is sick? What if the teacher... Oh, what if the teacher's sick? What if the teacher's sick?
What is the teacher?
Okay.
Again. It is the teacher sick.
Okay. Okay. Good job. What if the teacher's sick? Okay. Now, next one. So, does everyone understand the idea of connecting our words when we're talking? This is going to make you sound okay. So let's be quiet now, okay? All right.
Be quiet. Be quiet.
Okay. All right. So basically, I want to highlight that, right? We are connecting our words while talking. A lot of native English speakers do that. So think about that the next time you speak, right? Or whenever you're listening to a native English speaker talking, if you're having a hard time understanding them, it's probably because they're connecting their words, right? So we don't say, hey, how are you, right? Which is very easy for ESL or English learners to understand. But most English speakers say, hey, how are you? We connect our words. Hey, how are you? It's very hard when you are listening for you to understand that.
You have to join the words and pronouns. Hello, hey, hello, how are you? How are you? How are you? Can network be? How are you? Hello.
Okay.
What's up? What's up? What's up? Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, you have to practice the sentences when you go home and talk as much as often as possible. And whenever you have to use English. Right? Yeah, we'll take the English. Yes, very good, Sweta.
Okay. So so I want to give you some more tips, right? I want you to talk as often and as much as possible. So if you, as the group 2 teacher is saying, right, it is very, very important to gain confidence. Okay, so one of the ways you can do that is find a speaking buddy. So that means I want you to find somebody in your class, okay, who is your best friend, or maybe they're not your friend, but you sit next to them, okay? Find one other person or 2 other people in your class, and they will be your speaking buddy. And I want you to try and learn to speak with them. So, okay. Okay, so all right, let's quiet down for a little bit, okay? Everyone be quiet. All right, so I'll just get through this and then we can talk again. Okay. All right. So we're just reaching the end of class, so I want to make sure that I get this before everyone leaves. So I want you to find a speaking buddy. Before you leave today, I want you to find 1 student or 2 students, okay, who every time you see them, you're going to talk to them in English, okay? This is your speaking buddy. So maybe the person sitting next to you, all right? So every time you see them, you're going to talk to them in English. You're going to say, hey, how are you? My name's Daniru, or my name's Seneca. and you're going to talk to them in English, okay? This is to get you to start talking more, all right? Even if you see them in school, if you're doing a group project with them, and wherever, right? You are hanging out outside of school playing rugby or football. You talk to them in English, okay? Find somebody who you see often, who you can talk English with, okay? And if you feel uncomfortable speaking English, because I know a lot of you have a hard time because you feel embarrassed that you're going to mess up. And I feel embarrassed too, especially because I'm still learning Sinhala. So whenever I speak Sinhala, sometimes I feel embarrassed, right? When I'm talking in Sinhala, because I don't really know what I'm saying. And I'm having a hard time coming up with words. So the easiest way for you to get over that fear and the embarrassment is to talk in front of a mirror or in front of your family, right? Where you feel comfortable. So if I talk Sinhala with my family, I know that they're not going to judge me, and then I will feel less embarrassed and I will have more confidence, right? And that practice is key. So practicing English in front of your family, even if they have no idea what you're saying, just talk in front of them. So then you get used to talking to people in English. Okay? Okay. So we have a completely different set of homework. All right. So I want you to pay attention. I'm going to send an English cartoon, and I want you guys to watch it. And then I want you to think of a phrase that you hear them say often.
That is the homework number 1.
And I'm going to give you an episode of Phineas and Ferb to watch. Okay, this is just an English cartoon, and I want you to watch it. And maybe you hear a sentence that they say often. I want you to write that down, and I want you to practice it. So let's say they say hello often. Write down hello, and I want you to practice saying hello often. Okay? All right. So that's it for homework. Oh, and also while you're watching the episode, I want you to do what we did today, right? Because the children that are talking are native English speakers. So what you can do is you can pause the video after they're done talking and copy what they say, like what you did in class today, right? So stop the video and then copy what they're saying, and this is going to help you practice English, okay? All right, that's all I have for class today, everybody. Thank you for coming. I really appreciate it. Have a wonderful day, and goodbye, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Senika. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for coming.
Bye bye.
Bye.